Okay guys, so the first thing we go to create new, then we just go to print. Since we are using A5, then we select A5 as our size, then we click on create. So this is what we have here. So the next thing we are going to do will be these are our file. These are all our file, the file we are going to be using. Open now. These are all the files we are going to be using. So the first thing we are going to do, I'll bring in our background. This is the main background. Bring it in, just increase it like this. Then go to filter, blur, camera, and Gaussian blur. Or use something like 90 something. Just use 90, 95. It's okay. I'll go to filter our camera raw. I just play with the color. I just want to boost the color a little bit, add more contrast, then reduce the black a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. So that's how we'll get this. The next thing we are going to do, we'll go back to our file. We'll pick this building here. Just try and follow up. So we'll rotate it first. Rotate it like this, because the main thing I need in this building is this. Yeah, that look like a cross. That's the main thing I need. So I'll go to my image adjustment, then I'll go to black and white. First of all, convert it to black and white. Then I'll set the blending option to either soft light or overlay. So soft light is much more better. So I'll create a vector mask around it. Then I'll press B on my keyboard so that I can just adjust everything here. I'll reduce it a little bit. Then this is it. Then I will just reduce the opacity. So this is what we got. I don't want it to come out very well. But notwithstanding, though, we can still work on it anytime, any day. So I'll just shift it like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is this. I'll come back to this place. These are my files, so I'll still use this one. I want to add some noise or some texture to the background, so I'll just increase it a little bit. Then I'll change the blending option. Soft light overlay. I think soft light is okay. Then I'll reduce the fill or opacity. Let me just reduce the opacity. So this is how you get this. So I'll still come back to my file. Next to, or select this two. I'll drag it. Note all this effect I'm adding, you can just decide to use one or two. I'm just trying to add one or two so that I can see how my work will look like. It's not a compulsory, it's not a must you add this. So I'm just doing it to just see, like you see this one now, you see it's not fine, so I'll just delete it automatically. Then you see this one is too shouty, so I'll just reduce the opacity. That's it. So the last effect I'm going to add to this background is this one. So you can see how it is. Change the blending option to soft light, so I can decide now to reduce the opacity. Then you can see this our background here is now fading, so I can decide to bring it up now. Then I'll increase the opacity a little bit. share we get now. You now see. That's why I said just try and follow up. So if you know you've not subscribed, please don't forget to do that now. The next thing we are going to do, I think that's the main thing for the background. Okay, the last but not the least for the background is this. So I'll just increase it. I rotate it and increase it. Change the blending option to screen. So at least it can bring one or two effects from this side. So that's it. So the next thing is to start working on our text. But before that, let's just finish with this. So you see this, all this link to all these things in the description. So don't worry. So how do I remove this background? I'll go to my select, then I'll go to my subject. It automatically select it. You press Ctrl J, or I just add marks to it. So if I add marks to it, automatically remove it. But we can see the imprint here, so don't worry about that. The next thing I'm going to do, first of all, change the blending option. Change. Then I'll come to here. I'm looking for this two. There's this two. Okay, patch 2. I just play around it. So you can download, though I get this image from Pinterest, so that's why you are seeing. So if you want the image, you can go to designin.com to get your real image from there. That one is free. So on that, I just download this from Pinterest. That's where I get the image from. So press Ctrl D. You can see I removed the watermark from inside, so the image belongs to design in. So I'll be dropping the credit. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll go back, convert to smart object. It has risen. So the first thing I'll add my blending option, add my shadow. Then I'll play with the shadow, the distance, the size. Yes, it's okay like this, but let me use 90. So that's how it is. So I'll be duplicating this, Ctrl J, duplicate it. I'll reduce it a little bit. You can see. Then I'll duplicate again to this place. So yes, we can now see. So the next thing I'm going to do here, but before that, all these are our background. We need to group them. Sorry, before I used to design with 30 layer, but now I repent background. So there's it. So these are our background file. So the next thing we are going to do, go back to our file. This is a text mockup here. That's the text mockup here. Is it editable? So don't worry, I'll be dropping everything for us. Okay, so don't stress yourself much on that. So I'll just double click this. I don't have the font, so I already type out the text. So what's the text? The first one is megafix. Open, then I'll paste it. I'll just look for a similar font since I don't have that font. So let me use this font or this. This font is better. So I'll just reduce. Is this font better? Let me check if this font, or we should check for other fonts. Let's check for other fonts. I don't think I love this font. Okay, I think this font is better. So I'm just going to break the text apart, break the text into two. So I'll reduce. Since it's mega, so we need something big. So that's why I'm using this. The spacing in between is too much, so let me increase the spacing a little bit. Yeah, I think I love this spacing, so I'll just cut this this fist, or I'll just reduce the font size for this fist. Then I'll reduce the spacing in between. Reduce the spacing in between. Sorry about that. I'll reduce it. So I've reduced the spacing in between. So the next thing I'll just do, I'll just try and increase it a little bit. Then I'll just close it. I'll just close it and press yes. So the next one, you can see how it look like. So I'll just come, I'll hide my presentation, I'll hide the background. But one thing I want you to note, like if you check, there is an outline here. Is it out? I see outline. There's a overshadow here, shadow this place. So you need to off it. Then you save as, Ctrl Shift X, or just go to save as. Then change to PNG. Always save as, so that your system will not hook, or it will not drag your design. It will give you enough easy access to it. Don't close it yet, because we'll still use it. So I'll now come to this place. This is the file here. You can see it. Then I'll shift it up, let it go up. I'll reduce, or let me reduce it a little bit. So this is it. So the next on our line, or the next on our list, is just to make sure we wipe all these things together with this. How do I do that? I'll press Ctrl T on my keyboard, then I'll right click, then go to, where's it, wrap. Then I'll just play around. Just try and play around until it fits what you want. Or just play around everything you want. Yes. Though I might not be doing it the way you know how to do it, so you can do yours much better if you know how to do it. So just play around. I think this one is okay. Yes. So I'll select all of this, and then I'll group them. I'll name them tag. So I'll just take it up a little bit like this. Then the next thing, I'm going to bring in my picture. These are the guest picture. So I'll reduce them. I'll reduce them like this. Yes. So, but before that, we still need to increase this our tag, because it's kind of small. So sorry. So I've increased them. I'll take it a little up a little bit. So I can just decide to reduce the pictures of the guests, of the ministers, if I like. But you can just try and play along. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll create a new layer mask, then press G on my keyboard, change this color to black. Then I'll just be working on it. I'll just be pressing this, something like this. I just want to create an outline or a shadow under this image here. So it's just very easy. drag like so. So look at what we've been doing so far. Drag like so. So the next thing, I'll come back to our design, then I'll just press double click it, we'll change it to total. Then the other one is restoration, restoration. Then let's reduce the size a little bit. So the spacing in between is too much. And use auto. Then this total, I'll just increase the total because it's the main stuff here. The main thing here, sorry. I'll hit OK. Then the spacing in between them is too much. So let me just, okay, this is it guys. Then you hit OK, you drag it down, just increase it like this, then boom. Yes, so that's it. Without wasting our time, can get it. Then we'll do the same thing, Ctrl Shift S, save as, change to PNG, just add something to it. So I'll come to this place, go back to my design, come to this place. Here's it. This is it. Yeah. So I'll drag it. Sorry. I'll drag it here. You can see. Oh, before that, I need to create some margin for this design. Always make sure you have some margin on the design so that it will not, your design will not look, it will not go outside the box or outside the margin. So this is it. This is how I get this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is the venue, the date, sorry. So I'll just select Ctrl C, I'll paste it, hit OK, then I'll change the font because I don't like that font much. So then just use, should we use Rush Pro? Sorry, not this one. Then use Sketch Pro. Then I'll reduce the font size to 16. I'll convert everything to capital letter. The spacing in between is much. It's too close, so this one is okay. So let me just, yeah, like this. I think like this is okay. Let first go closer, then I'll reduce it again. Remember, your design must not more than this margin, must not go more than that margin. So make your alignment okay. We are still going to reduce it, so don't be afraid. So the next thing I'm going to do, I just draw this, like this, change the color to this. If you want to know how I pick this, I pick it from here, so I just change the color from to this. So that's how I get this color. So the next on my plan is to just curve the edge. So I just play with this. I use 30, then this one I use 30. So that's that. Come back to my write up Sunday 8 AM. That's it, Sunday 8 AM. So I'll break the text into two. Control A, Then I'll use left alignment, use auto, then I'll reduce the font size. Reduce the font size. Yes, this spacing is too much, so I'm just trying. Let me use 12. Okay. Sorry, let's use 8. I think 8 is okay. Then I'll select them, I'll align them together. So I'll duplicate this now. I'll duplicate this. Let me zoom out so that we can see what I'm doing. So the next thing, I'll go back to my text now. Copy this. Copy this time. I'll paste. This one now, I'll do central alignment to it. Center alignment. Then I'll drag this. Sorry. So that's how I get this. But I'm going to curve everything. That's 30. Yes, 30. So the last of now the list. This one, drag here. Then I'll change. I'll select this Friday. Please, if you know you've not subscribed, guys, please do it to subscribe. Please, I'm begging. Let's do it to subscribe, please, so that the channel can be going far. At least let's share the video to our friends and family, our creative friends, so that YouTube can begin to promote us too. So that's it. I'll just align it. Hey, sorry. I'll align the both of them. So that's that. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be selecting those ones from here to here. I'll increase them. Remember, it must not be more than this. We are still going to reduce them more. We are still reducing them, but for now. So this is that. So I'll just change this color to black. So the hash is fine, but at the end of the design, there's still some effects we are going to be adding. So it may make it look awkward. So I'll group them. Date. I should just rename them date. Oh, time, sorry. Time. Then I'll shift it a little bit to the up. So before that, one or two things supposed to come before that, which is the featuring. So after total restoration, featuring should come before all this one. So I'll just drag this. This is where I'm going to be writing my featuring. If I mean featuring, like not a feature artist or no. I mean all these featuring and like this is featuring salvation, healing, deliverance, and music, those stuff. So I just Control V, then I'll take it up, and I can just reduce the size. So I'll align it too. So please make sure you watch to the end. Make sure you watch to the end. So the next thing I'm going to do, let me just be fast. Let me just be fast. The time is going. Let me just be fast. The next thing is the venue. Venue. Let me just copy this first. C, go, V, paste. Come to this place. Let me just be fast. Let me change the font to something similar. So I'll just increase this. So like I was saying, we need to just align everything all together. So align them all together like this. So it look awkward, don't worry, we'll work on it any moment from now. So that's it. So if you check it out now, you can see how arranged it is looking. So I'll change this one to white. We are not using this new color, so I'll use this as black. We're almost done. We're almost done. So change this white, then some of the write up like this date will be milk color. The milk color. So now here is the venue. We'll rename venue. So let's just group everything. Then I'll write time, date. Okay, I'll just reduce them now. Reduce them now because it's like it's fighting with this. Still reduce them a little bit. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll just change this to white. The both of them to white. So the next on our list is just to select this, all the write-ups, including the theme. Then Ctrl T. Then I'll reduce it a little bit, it's too big. Then I'll right click and yes, that's -6. -6 is okay. You can see how it look. Yeah, it's looking nice, right? So don't worry. Just have one or two things to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bring out this my effect here. Then I'll turn it like this. Right click. Yeah, this is what we'll get. I'll just increase it. I'll convert it to screen. Let me just shift it a little bit so that it will not be too much exposed. So I just yes. Yeah, this one is okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll just come to this place. Just bring, here's my, and this one, yeah, this picture. Just increase it. I'll create clipping marks on it. You can see. Then I'll go to image adjustment, black and white. Adjust them. Then I'll change the blending option to either overlay, screen, or soft light. Soft light is the best for me. So that's it. Then I'll reduce the opacity. Like this. So this light, I see that this line is showing, so I don't want that line to show. So I just, so guys, that's it. So if you know you love this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Goodbye.